Hello students, today we will discuss a next part of our chapter 1. In the previous classes you studied the meaning of accounting, its objective and its function. Today we will start types of accounting. Every businessman has to use different type of accounting according to its nature and size, but for that we must know what are its different types. There are 5 types of accounting. The first one is financial accounting, the next is cost accounting, the third is management accounting, fourth is taxation accounting, and the fifth is social responsibility accounting. Now I'll let you know these 5 one by one. The first one is financial accounting. Students, in 11th class, our accountancy book is totally based on financial accounting. You know its meaning in the previous lecture. It is the process of identifying, measuring, recording, and communicating to its related parties to make them decisions. You know, student, if we want to prepare an account, first of all, we must identify, measure, and recording. And after recording the data and analyzing and interpretation, we must communicate to its related parties who are attached with us, right? The next is cost accounting. Cost accounting is done by the manufacturing units. Those businessmen who are in the manufacturing business, those who are converting the raw material into the finished goods, they wanted to know the total cost of the production and per unit cost. Students, you know, if we want to decide the price of our product, for that we must know its actual cost. If we know its actual cost, only then we are able to decide its price, right? The next is management accounting. Management can decide the policies and the next decisions with the help of accounting. Management accounting, it helps the management in planning and controlling and help them to take future decision. Suppose, students, if our account shows the continuous losses, then our management will take the better decision to eliminate these losses or try to minimize these losses. That means with the help of accounts, management can take decision for the betterment of their business. The next is tax accounting. Tax accounting means where we will do accounting for the calculation of income tax and GST. GST, you know, students, goods and service tax. If we have proper accounts, only then we can easily calculate income tax and GST. If we are not having proper accounts, then it is very difficult for us to calculate the income tax and GST. The next is social responsibility accounting. Social responsibility accounting is mainly done for the public and society. You know, where we are doing our business, we are doing our business in the society. Now it's a duty of a businessman to provide them good quality product and consumer satisfaction. These things are also their responsibility. In this we will see that our consumers are happy or not. If our consumers are happy, then we will take some more decisions to remain these customer with us for a very long time, right? In this we will also consider product durability, consumer satisfaction, product safety. These things we will keep in mind while doing the social responsibility accounting. I think these things are clear to you, students. If our consumers are not satisfied, if our product is not durable, then these customers will not remain with us for a long time. If we want our business will run in a very long time, then we must have consumer for our product. If we are not having consumer for our product, then it is not easy for us to run our business in a very long time. Without having customers, what the business will do? Nothing. That means consumer satisfaction is the prime factor for a businessman. Then we will move to its next topic, parties interested in accounting. Parties interested in accounting, there are 2 types of users of accounting information. The first one is internal user, the next one is external users. Internal users are of three types. The first one is owners, management, employees, and the external users are creditors, government, and investors. Now I will tell you why these parties want accounting information, because they are directly or indirectly related with the manufacturing or the business unit. Now I will tell you first of all the internal users. Internal users, the first one is owners. What the owners want? Obviously, owners want more and more profit. With the help of accounts, we can come to know that how much profit is earning our business and what is the financial condition of our business. By seeing the account, businessman and the owner came to know the exact financial position of the business. Then the next is management. As earlier I told you that the management can take the decision, management can frame the policies, can do the planning with the help of accounting. Because of these facts, because of this data, they can take the decision, they can do the controlling, and they can take the better decision for the future. Right, students? And the third is employees. Employees, employees are getting salary for their work, but that is not sufficient for them. What they want bonus, they want some part in profit also. So that's why they are also interested in accounting informations. They want accounting information. If the firm is earning very good profit, then they can claim bonus from their employer. They can also claim a share in the profit, but only this is possible at that time if we are having good accounting. If the firm is not preparing accounts properly, then it is not easy to find out all the information that firm is earning very good profit or not. Now we will move to the external users. External users are the parties who are related with our firm. The first one is creditors. Creditors are those persons who supply us goods on credit. Credit means udhar. If the firm financial condition is sound, then the creditors will take the decision to provide us goods on the credit in the future also. If our financial condition is not good, then the creditors can take the decision not to provide the goods to the business in the future. Right? Because their money is not safe in the business. The next is investors. Investors are the person who invest money in the business because they want fair returns. If the firm condition is not sound, if the firm is continuously showing the losses, then the investors can take the decision to take back their money back from the business. The next is government. Government wants to check that their income tax and GST is properly according to their accounts or not. It is only possible when the firm has properly and systematic accounting. And every businessman has to follow some fundamental principles and rules and regulation to do the accounting. Without following the standards, firm cannot prepare its accounts. Right, students? I think internal users and external users are clear to you. Now we will move to the next topic, advantage of accounting. Advantages of accounting. The first one is complete and systematic record. As I said earlier, if the firm wants to maintain something, then the firm has to prepare their accounts systematically according to the norms, chronological order, date-wise recording. Every monetary transaction has to record in the firm's accounting, in the firm's books. Then the next is accounting based on principles and rules. Principles and rules, as I said, the firm has to follow some fundamental principles and guidelines to maintain their accounts. If the firm has not followed the fundamental principles and norms, then their accounts are not valid. Government can take action against them. So every businessman has to follow some fundamental principles and rules and regulation to avail the facilities provided by the government through the industrial units or the business. Then the next is valuation of business. If the businessman wants to know the value of its business with the help of accounts, it is very easy for a businessman to know the value of its business. Suppose if a businessman wants to sell of his business, then how he can calculate the value of his business? The businessman can see the balance sheet of his firm. By seeing the balance sheet of his firm, he can easily calculate the value of his business. Balance sheet is not an account. Balance sheet is an statement. Balance sheet is a statement which shows the assets and responsibility of a business. Right, students? Balance sheet is helpful for a businessman to calculate the value of a business. The next and fourth point is helps in raising loan. Every businessman wants to expand his business. Every businessman wants to increase his business. You know, my students, for the expansion, for the increment of everything is not possible without money. If we are having money, only then we can expand our business. But with the owners fund, it is not possible completely. Always we need funds from outside. There are many financial institutions are there. Many banks are there like HDFC, ICICI. These banks can provide us loan by seeing our account. If our accounting shows a very good financial condition, then they are ready to provide us loans. If our accounts are shows continuously losses, then these financial institutions are not ready to provide us loan. That means our accounting helps us to get loans from the financial institutions. The next is evidence in court. If we have prepared our accounting very well, then we can use our accounts as an evidence in the court in case of some disputes, in case of any problem. If we have done genuine accounting, if we have followed all the rules and regulation and all the guidelines provided by the government, then it could be used as evidence in the court for our protection. Then the next is limitations of accounting. लिमिटेशंस ऑफ अकाउंटिंग मीन्स इसकी सीमाएं क्या हैं, इसकी ड्रॉबैक्स क्या हैं. द फर्स्ट वन इज रिकॉर्डिंग ओनली मॉनेटरी टर्म्स. From the very first lecture, I told you that in accounting we include only monetary terms. Monetary terms means which transactions are related with money. For example, if I have purchased furniture for my business, then it is the monetary term. If I sold goods to my customers, then it is monetary terms. But if the firm has a strike, then it is not included in business accounts. If the employees have fight in between them, then this thing is also not included in accounting, because this thing is not related with money. This thing affected our business a lot, but this thing is not translated in money, so that's why we will not include this non-monetary terms in our accounting. The next is based on historical cost. With the help of an example, I make you clear this point. For example, a businessman has purchased a machinery of rupees 5 lakh before 3 years. After the 3 years, the cost of that plant is rupees 8 lakh. After 3 years, the businessman will write the plant or machinery cost is only 5 lakh in its balance sheet, not 8 lakh. Because our accounting is based on historical cost. Because of this historical cost method, we cannot calculate, we cannot know our exact value of the assets. We will mention the historical cost in our accounts. We will not mention the current value of the asset in our account. We will not add the value of our asset. We will write its old value when we have purchased. Right, students? Then the next is window dressing. Bahari dikhawa. It is a very important limitation in our accounting. Sometime the businessman will include some data which is not original. Sometime businessman add some fake data in the accounts to impress the lenders for getting the loans. अपने अकाउंट्स को सुंदर बना देते हैं ताकि बाहरी लोग उसे देखकर इम्प्रेस होकर बिजनेस में पैसे इन्वेस्ट करें. दैट इज द विंडो ड्रेसिंग. समटाइम द बिजनेसमैन is regularly showing the profits in their firm, but actually the firm is not earning profit regularly. But the businessman is doing this thing to impress the lender, to attract the investors in their firm. That is the window dressing. I think these points are clear to you. Enough for the day, students. We will discuss the accounting terminology in the next class. Goodbye, students.